Liverpool's turbulent spell this season has taken yet another unexpected turn, with new developments emerging that could have a major impact on Arne Slot's situation at Anfield. After a run of disappointing results and growing scrutiny from supporters, fresh information has come to light that adds a surprising twist to the story surrounding the Liverpool boss. What seemed like a straightforward dip in form may now carry deeper implications for both Slot and the club's plans moving forward, and the latest news will certainly spark debate among fans and pundits alike. Let's break this down in today's video, along with all the other Liverpool news from the last 24 hours. There is so much to discuss in today's video, so be sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel for daily Liverpool content. But first, Ryan Gravenberch will be assessed by the club's medical staff on Monday after twisting his ankle, casting the midfielder into doubt for Wednesday's match. The Dutchman was managed during the international break after a minor hamstring complaint, but he was fit to start and played 62 minutes in Sunday's defeat. He was subbed off minutes after twisting his ankle in a challenge, requiring attention from Liverpool's medical staff before attempting to play on. Speaking in his post-match press conference, Slot cast doubt over the number, 38 recovering in time for the trip to Eintracht Frankfurt in the Champions League on Wednesday. I took him off because he twisted his ankle. Is he an injury concern? That's what we have to wait and see tomorrow, but we have to play in 2 days again, Slot explained. We have to play 3 games in 7 days, so there's not a lot of time for players to recover, but the good thing is we have more than one good midfielder. It could spell another untimely blow for Liverpool, who are struggling to show signs of digging themselves out of the form that has condemned them to 4 consecutive defeats. Slot has the likes of Curtis Jones and Alexis McAllister to drop into the deep-lying midfield role on Wednesday should Gravenberch not recover in time. Gravenberch's availability will rest on how his ankle reacts in the hours after the match, and to any potential training he attempts before Wednesday's game. But with a match every 3 days, no risks will be taken. Wataru Endo, hamstring, Alisson, hamstring, and Giovanni Leone, ACL, all missed the defeat to Man United due to injury, with Stefan Bajcetic, hamstring, and Jadon Danns, hamstring, also sidelined. Now, Liverpool's season has taken a sharp and concerning downturn in recent weeks, with tension now beginning to creep into the stands and dressing room alike. After a promising start under Arne Slot, the Reds have endured a miserable run of form that has derailed their early momentum and reignited debate about the team's direction and mentality. Their most recent setback came on 19th October, when a late Harry Maguire header sealed a 2-1 defeat to Manchester United at Anfield, the visitors' first victory there since 2016. That result marked Liverpool's 4th consecutive loss, following defeats to Crystal Palace, Brentford, and Aston Villa, leaving both supporters and club officials deeply concerned. While Slot's position as head coach is not believed to be under any immediate threat, there is a growing understanding within the club that the Dutchman must turn things around quickly. Performances have dipped alarmingly, and the hierarchy at Anfield expect an instant response to prevent the situation from spiralling further. Former Manchester United and Sunderland chief scout Mick Brown believes Liverpool's alarming slide will have raised eyebrows among senior figures, despite the goodwill Slot earned after guiding the club to last season's title. Speaking on the situation, Brown warned that even a manager of Slot's stature is not immune from scrutiny when results turn sour. If any team loses 4 games in a row, they're going to be concerned, Brown said. Slot has done a brilliant job since taking over from Jurgen Klopp. They won the league last season and did very well, and I think they're still clearly a good side. He says all the right things in the media, but with the drop in form and performances they've had recently, there will be people who aren't happy, especially after a massive game like the one against United, which they always want to win. That's always the way when you're managing a club the size of Liverpool. You're expected to win every game, so losing 4 in a row is not good enough. The fans will see that, and the board will as well, and they'll be expecting those results to pick up sooner rather than later. Sometimes it's difficult. Things start to drop off and you can't quite put your finger on why, and things just don't seem to be clicking for Liverpool right now. They'll pick it up and get back to the form they've shown before, I'm sure of that, but the manager probably needs it to happen sooner rather than later, or he'll be under pressure. Liverpool's upcoming fixtures against Eintracht Frankfurt, Brentford, Crystal Palace and Aston Villa could therefore prove pivotal. A strong run would ease the growing unease, but more setbacks could intensify questions surrounding Slot's tactics and player selections. This recent collapse has already sparked criticism from high-profile figures, including Wayne Rooney, who accused Slot's squad of growing complacent after last season's triumph and their ambitious summer recruitment. The pressure has been compounded by the underwhelming form of big-money signings such as Alexander Isak and Florian Wirtz. Isak, once one of the Premier League's most feared forwards, has been singled out by pundits, with Micah Richards recently claiming the striker now looks a shadow of his former self. Meanwhile, Wirtz's omission from the starting lineup against United drew heavy scrutiny, particularly given his price tag and reputation as one of Europe's brightest young midfielders. Despite Liverpool's attacking overhaul, defensive issues persist, with Virgil van Dijk and Ibrahima Konate the only fit senior centre-backs. The lack of depth at the back has become increasingly exposed. Combined with the loss of cohesion in midfield and misfiring forwards, it paints a worrying picture for Slot, who now faces the toughest spell of his Liverpool tenure so far. If results do not improve swiftly, murmurs of frustration could grow into something far louder at Anfield. In other news, Liverpool are reportedly preparing to invest heavily once again as they eye another marquee signing in next summer's transfer window, with one of England's brightest young midfielders believed to be high on their shortlist. Arne Slot's side currently sits second in the Premier League table, maintaining pressure on their title rivals despite a demanding schedule and the challenges of bedding in several new signings. The Dutchman oversaw an ambitious summer of recruitment which saw Liverpool break the British transfer record twice, first for Florian Wirtz and again for the capture of Alexander Isak. Further additions such as Hugo Ekitike, Jeremy Frimpong, and Milos Kerkez were brought in to bolster depth and sustain another charge for domestic and European honours. While the Reds' recruitment strategy has been praised for its ambition, not every new arrival has hit the ground running, and plans are already being drawn up for the window. Among the names emerging as a serious target is Crystal Palace's midfield star Adam Wharton, a player whose rapid rise has captured the attention of scouts across Europe. At just 21 years old, Wharton has become an indispensable part of Oliver Glasner's Palace side. Calm in possession, disciplined off the ball, and capable of dictating play with impressive maturity, he has quickly developed into one of the Premier League's most exciting young English talents. His performances have earned him widespread admiration, and according to various reports, Liverpool view him as a potential long-term successor in their midfield rebuild. Industry figures believe it would take a monumental offer to tempt Palace into selling. The South London club, known for their firm stance on player valuations, are expected to demand a figure in the region of £150 million should any of Europe's elite make a formal approach next year. Such a price would reflect both Wharton's growing stature and his importance to Glasner's project at Selhurst Park. Wharton's stock continues to rise following standout displays this season, including an eye-catching performance against Everton that drew praise from observers across the game. Many believe the midfielder is destined for a significant role in England's future, with next year's World Cup in the United States potentially marking his emergence on the international stage. Palace, however, are under no pressure to sell. Wharton remains tied to a long-term contract and is seen as a cornerstone of the club's progression under Glasner. But that is all for today's video. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please drop a like on the video and subscribe to the channel for daily Liverpool content. We post all the latest Liverpool news every day, so join our fast-growing community so you never miss out. Thank you. I'll see you in the next video.